Mo at Courtesy Dodge in Brandon has given us a treat. We got the 2025 Dodge Durango SRT Hellcat Hammerhead in night move exterior with black Hammerhead gray interior. This is 710 horsepower of a beast. The only vehicle in class that surpasses everybody in its class, going into things like full-blown M's, AMGs, RS Q8, and yet there's a savings of nearly $40,000. I'm Anthony from Supercar Throttle, and I'm proud to present this animal because this changes the whole ball game when it comes to performance variants for a third row family SUV, but taking it up a notch. Now there is going to be some pros and cons. I'm going to go over those as well as the specs. We're going to take this for a drive. You're going to see everything that you need to of this Hammerhead. Now there is 3 trims this year that is unique for the SRT. When you go in just to the base SRT, it's not going to be as special because these 3 trims, you're going to have around 1,000 units. Now Dodge hasn't really giving us a specific number, but so far it's under 1,000 units. This is the Hammerhead. They have the silver bullet and the brass monkey. The front is going to have full LED headlights that integrate into the blacked out performance grille. You got the SRT badging with the Hellcat. The performance hood with the matte black. Now that is an upgrade because we have the custom package 2X, whatever it is, you'll see on the sticker. Now this is a little bit excessive because it's over $15,000 of an upgrade, but it doesn't just give you that hood. It does other upgrades throughout the vehicle, which we will showcase. 7.8 inches of clearance, which the regular Durango is about 8.2 inches. This is an adaptive air suspension, and it also has adaptive damping. It will change from a everyday SUV into the animal that it is. The lower gets the performance splitter, front parking sensors. You have to pay extra for a 360-degree reverse camera. That is a con to me because this comes standard as a reverse camera. Come on, man. They haven't updated this vehicle for quite a while, and this was the last run, even though Stellantis is now saying that they're going to bring back V8s. So they could have done a few things to make this a little bit better, but what's housed underneath the hood does change the whole game because it's a 6.2-liter supercharged Hemi V8. Producing a crazy 710 horsepower with 645 pound-feet of torque paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Reaching 60 around 3.5 seconds, a top speed around 180 miles per hour. My God, this is a beast because it competes against vehicles like BMW X5M. That's going to be about 130 to 140 grand. So when you're thinking this is just under $116,000 and this is a more unique vehicle because they may only have about 1,000 units, I would take the box over here, especially with track performance that you're getting. It's paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now the difference though is this is not going to be a near 50-50 weight distribution, but you are getting components that are shared off of things like Alfa Romeo and Maserati. And why wouldn't you? Because this is a Stellantis brand. So this is the discount that you're getting. And comparing this against an RS Q8 is freaking crazy because that's more or less a detuned Lamborghini Urus engine. So yet again, that's like 3 to 4 times the value of this vehicle. And going into an RS Q8, it's literally almost $50,000 more. And this is more unique because it's part of the 3 trims that are only made for 2025. Now, Stellantis can change that. Oh yeah, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, click a like button, leave a comment. All of this helps with the algorithm so I can bring you more performance vehicles here at Supercar Throttle. Hellcat on the side with the LED integrated turn signals, heated power folding, side view mirrors, and because we have that custom preferred package, you get the supercharged kick plates. With Pirelli P0s, this is a 295 45 20 on all 4 corners. Brembo brakes with a 2-piece front rotor, 6 pistons in the front, vented slotted rotors, and 4 pistons in the rear. Competition suspension, a high-performance exhaust, performance-tuned steering, configurable driving modes. And comparing this against Mercedes, going up into an AMG, it's going to be the same thing. That's why this is such a unique vehicle because it not only houses that performance, but you have the best-in-class towing. 8,700 pounds, 1,590 pound payload, and it's still comfortable for six to sit inside to enjoy that performance. And you got the performance page at 200-mile-per-hour speedo. I'm liking what I'm seeing, but the lack of some standard amenities, especially for safety amenities, because you still have to tick the box for those things, and you have to pay a premium to get into these three trims opposed to the SRT, and you're not getting a lot of those features standard yet again, gives a problem because it's literally a carryover variant. Yes, they're gonna have some unique twists to it. That's what Dodge does traditionally, but still, at that price, I do wanna have a little bit more updated aesthetics on the exterior to just bring it out. LED taillights is standard. The Dodge print is gonna go in between the light bar. SRT Hellcat badging. It's not a fly underneath the radar SUV, but it could look a little bit more athletic. And we don't even have a diffuser, which I get it. You're gonna be using the towing, and that's part of that custom package, which is great. But then maybe change this so it's a lot more unique to this specific trim, because this is more of a specialty trim. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I don't think an SRT Hellcat needs a actual introduction. Let's just see what it gets. Wow. That's what you get. Performance that is untapped. It's crazy. You can hear the whine. Oh my God, it is a symphony. This thing is brilliant. Fun to drive, it's ticking the box. And it's still quiet in the cabin. Now obviously when you're driving it loud or mashing on the gas pedal, it's not going to be quiet by any standard of living, but you're not expecting that out of this bad boy. Look at that. Oh my God. You can hear this thing coming a mile away. Literally, you get a speeding ticket so quick because all you want to hear is that symphony to your ear. It pushes you back so much, this will give you a headache. It's literally like a EV car that's on steroids for an ICE variant. That's what all the power really equivalates to when you're talking about 710 horsepower, 645 pound-feet of torque. I can see somebody going over 150 miles per hour quickly, and because the state of Florida, I mean, you're gonna go to jail if you're going over 100 miles per hour, probably gonna be visiting that jail cell a little bit more so than you're liking. Oh, it's lovely. It doesn't feel heavy at all. You literally just tap the gas pedal and this thing is just going. The paddle shifts, I like that they're nice and big. I just wish they were not plastic. You get acoustic side windows and a front windscreen, so it is gonna help a little bit with the sound deadening. It doesn't go over the top, so you're not getting no like 22, 23 inch wheels. I appreciate that because this is a little bit more on the sports side, but yet it's still comfortable and composed because we have the Laguna leather, which is an upgrade. Unfortunately, you have to pay $15,000, around $900. That is a little excessive for all the old aesthetics in the interior, but the drive by far really outweighs a lot of the cons to this vehicle, especially considering of how special and unique it is. What do you think, Issa?
Yeah, I agree, especially with, like, you know, it being in the cheaper price range competing against the X5M and the AMGs.
Yeah, it's pretty insane that you're getting all of this power locked into a vehicle that just touches over 110 brakes. We got Brimbos. It's gonna feel a little bit more heavy here, but it's nearly 3 tons. So you're getting all of that motivation for a day in and day out use, and this is a 100% track drive. That wasn't even full throttle, and you get the wind, you get the exhaust note. It's a symphony, man. This is a car that you really want to test drive, you want to take back and enjoy. The only cons that I really see is it's very thirsty, it drinks like a madhouse, and ultimately you're going to be speeding all the time with the vehicle. Turn radius at a stop point is going to be about 2 lanes. Let's rock and roll. I gotta slow it down. And that's what I mean. I mean, it's too fast for its own good, but it's still so smooth that whenever you are mashing on the gas, you can continuously do it, and you're actually not just enjoying the performance, but the luxury that you're getting out of a Dodge. I mean, let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, and don't forget to check out this next video right here.